We are back with another video here to wrap up the two games that we just saw, the Celtics versus the Knicks. Celtics take care of business at home. They play with pride. They showed their Boston pride tonight, their Boston spirit, and beat the Knicks soundly 127 to 102. A major part of this game, two players that showed up for Boston. Three. Derek White shot the ball like Steph Curry today. 9 to 16 from the field, 7 to 13 from three, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. He had 34 points. Very sneaky player. We did not expect this. Porzingis struggled again. He was 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, and had problems breathing, according to Joe Mazzulla. And so Luke Cornett got to see a lot of minutes today, almost 26 minutes, and boy, did he make good use of those minutes as he goes 5 for 5 from the field. He gets 9 rebounds. He gets an assist, a steal, and 7 blocks. Yes, I repeat, 7 blocks. Luke Cornett was Hakeem Olajuwon today defensively. I don't know where that came from. Shouts out to him, though. He had a phenomenal game. He was all over the court defensively, rebounded the ball well, and just gave the Celtics that energy and that spark plug they needed, as Porzingis was not able to perform to the standard in which they would like to see him perform due to his illness that he has going on. And that's something that's, been lingering around now for Porzingis for some time. Obviously, last year he missed some time due to injury, this year due to an illness. And I know the Celtics are going to want to get off of Porzingis come this offseason, but his trade value was just lowering and tanking as these games go along. I don't really know who and what they trade for Porzingis come this offseason, but the Celtics evade this being their all season again as they win tonight. The star of the day, though, to me, I know he didn't have the most points, but Jaylen Brown was absolutely fantastic today. Like he could not have played a better game. 26 points, 9 to 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 8 rebounds, and most importantly, 12 assists. His decision making, his passing, his playmaking today was absolutely fantastic. And those are some question marks about his game that people have had for some time now. And for him to have this kind of performance when Tatum goes out, who's obviously their primary ball handler and shot creator and playmaker, for him to get that role and just fill in seamlessly. Very impressive game from Jaylen Brown today. That cannot be said enough. As you see, he has the highest plus minus on the team too, is plus 28, and that showed on the court. Setting up threes, driving to the basket, hitting pull-ups in the mid-range. He was phenomenal tonight. And the Celtics shot the piss out of the ball from three. They shot 45% from three, and they made 22 of them. So if they're going to shoot the ball like that, and that's basically Boston basketball. Like, people talk about adjustments, and maybe the one adjustment Mazzulla could have made for sure is, just benching Porzingis for the most part. But Boston's going to play how they play. They're going to guard well. They're going to switch defensively. They trust their players in isolation, one-on-one, pretty much up and down the roster. They're going to leave Al Horford on the island. They're going to leave Derek White on the island. They're going to leave Drew, Hayden, Jaylen. Everybody's going to be able to guard one-on-one. They're going to trust it. And then they're going to go on the other side of the court and try to dribble drive with that 5-out offense and create either layups and or threes. And some games they're going to hit them, and some games they don't. I think they generated much better threes today. A lot of them weren't like rushed. Sometimes they kind of get trigger happy, and I feel like they're taking bad threes. They're like rush threes, not really getting 2 feet in the paint before they attempt a shot. But today they did a nice job of working the ball around. Good action. Also today, a lot of what they had today also was good player movement. Sam Hauser coming off pin downs aggressively. Same with Derek White, causing 2 on the ball. Then they would hit that little slip to either Cornett or Al and get a layup or something like that. Like, great ball movement and player movement from the Celtics today. And they played one of their best games of the year, honestly. Held the Knicks to 102 and scored 127 points and again hit 22 threes. I mean, that is the epitome of Boston Celtic basketball. Guard well, generate good looks, and knock them down at a high clip. Now to the Knicks. Disappointing outing from them, honestly. Obviously, they knew coming to Boston, Jason Tatum going down, the emotions were going to be high in the arena, and they didn't meet the moment at all, in my opinion. Boston played with much more tenacity and intensity throughout the entirety of the game. OG is 1 for 12. Josh Hart shot the ball well today. He did do that. Got a mean gash in his face, was bleeding and everything. He played like a warrior today. Shout out Josh Hart. The stats for Cat aren't all that bad, but he was not good. Like, don't look at this box score and think Cat played decent. Cat was bad today. Cat was bad defensively. Cat was fouling had some terrible. I had a terrible blocking foul, I believe. Was that on Jalen? One of the perimeter players. Just terrible fouls, dumb plays. Just wasn't locked in mentally. Kel couldn't shoot the ball well today. 4-14. Brunson wasn't all that great today. He fouled out of the game. One of the lone like bright spots for the team today were Josh Hart, like I said, and Mitchell Robinson and Miles McBride coming off the bench provided a spark plug. I mean, Mitchell got 13 rebounds off the bench, and Miles kind of provided some good defense. He went 50% from three, hit 3 of them, kind of spark plugged them in that first half, but they didn't meet the moment. Hopefully, they rise to the occasion in Madison Square Garden and get the win in Game 6 at home. And I would advise them, if they want to win this series, to win Game 6 at home, because although Tatum has gone down, the Celtics are still a good team. They're still, Jalen's still playing, Al is still playing, Derek White, Drew, Payton, Kornet. They have some playable players like Sam and even, Torrey to a lesser extent. This is still a good team. So they need to take care of business, meet the moment, and end the series in Game 6. I thought they were going to meet the moment today. It ended up not happening. So they have to play better at home in New York, Game 6. Now to the series that is now officially over, to the Golden State and Timberwolves series, and this game in particular. The Minnesota Timberwolves close out the Golden State Warriors in 5, 121-110 is the final score. And really, the main thing to be said for the Warriors today, outside of B-Paz and Jonathan Kuminga with another great game, but I want to get to him later. B-Paz played phenomenal. 11 for 19 from the field, 4 or 6 from 3, 28 points. He showed up. Kuminga showed up. But the one player, which is just not acceptable, Jimmy Butler, man. 4 of 11. You only take 11 shots. Now, you did get to the free throw line 11 times. You hit 9 of them, but I mean, over half of your points came from the free throw line. Over half of your points came from the free throw line. And I know people like that. Oh, Jimmy's he's a really good player. He's good defensively. He's a connective passer. He can play make. He can, and all of that is true, fine, and dandy. But they're not paying Jimmy Butler $50-60 million a year to be a better version of Aaron Gordon. That's not what they're paying him to do. They're paying him to be a reliable shot creator and shot maker for this team. And even to me, in my opinion, I know Steph isn't here, but they were a better team when Jimmy Butler was aggressive. He was not aggressive. 11 shots. Season on the line, you take 11 shots. And Jimmy Butler, I said this in a previous video, Jimmy Butler nowadays, it's drive to the cup, pump fake. And if you don't jump to give him an opportunity to griff and get to the line, he's just moving off the ball. That's it. That's it. That is his scoring game right now. Now, maybe it's due to the injury or whatever you want to say. Fine and fair. However, there were plenty of games I saw Jimmy Butler doing the same thing healthy with Steph on the court. There were plenty of games I saw Jimmy Butler not being aggressive with Steph on the court. Now, they got away with it because Steph was there. But again, in my opinion, this team is not going to hit the ceiling that they need to hit or aspire to hit if Jimmy Butler is not aggressive and he's not scoring and creating shots for his teammates. Even heading into next year, Steph is going to need Jimmy Butler to be a reliable scoring second option. So he has to get it together. Driving the pass, not shooting the ball, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So Jimmy Butler has a lot to think about and get better at this offseason. He's got one thing on this Golden State team he has to implement, and he didn't have to do so as much in Miami because he kind of was the one with the ball. He's going to have to become somewhat of a reliable catch and shoot player, at least in the corner. Maybe not the top of the key or the wings, but there has to be a spot on the court reliably catch the ball and shoot it and make it at a pretty decent clip because Steph creates a lot of catch and shoot opportunities. So he's gonna have to get in the lab and be better. To the player that I wanted to talk about, Jonathan Kuminga. First off, I want to salute Jonathan Kuminga. That's the first thing I want to do. I want to salute Jonathan Kuminga for being a professional, for staying ready, for being in the right headspace, because what Steve Kerr has done to Jonathan Kuminga this year is an absolute travesty. And y'all say, some of the the younger folk think that all the older basketball basketball players don't know what the hell they talking about because they don't talk about true shooting and defensive EPM, and they talking about you know whatever. But Gilbert Arenas was spot on with this Kuminga conversation and situation going on in Golden State. He was 1,000% spot on. They tried to drive this man's value down so they can match his offer, and that's nasty. That is absolutely disgusting what Steve Kerr and that franchise did to Jonathan Kuminga this year. But guess what? Even with you trying to drive down his value, what does he do when he gets minutes in the playoffs, mind you? He performs. So shout out to Jonathan Kuminga again for keeping his head on right, continued to work. He was patient, stayed level-headed, and he came in the game, even in games where to me, he shouldn't even be in because he hasn't played in 3-4 weeks, and now you sticking him in. I mean, in the first round, he's sticking him in games like, was it game 5, 6 or something? In a tightly contested series, each team going blow for blow, and now you want to sub him in. And when he first went out there, he shot a few air balls, wasn't in rhythm, and now everybody, online, Kuminga trash. No, he hasn't played. And now he's in the middle of a playoff game. But he got himself together. And in this series, he was phenomenal. Whenever he played extended minutes, he was phenomenal. So again, shout out to Jonathan Kuminga. I hope you still get your money, young man. And I hope you get the hell out of Golden State. I really do. I hope you get the hell out of Golden State so you can go somewhere else and spread your wings and flourish. Because he's a good player. I don't know if he's a franchise player, but Jonathan Kuminga is a good basketball player. And for him to be getting DMPs like he just can't play was utterly ridiculous from Steve Kerr in that franchise. So shouts out to him. Another player that went through that was Steve Kerr for years now. Moses Moody, he gave him some good minutes in that Rockets series. Now, he ended up not being able to shoot the ball too well as the playoffs continue, and he ended up getting benched again, but show some great defensive flashes. Like Moses Moody can really guard the ball at the point of attack. Long arms, active hands, good feet, good athlete, another good player. Moses Moody is a good player. Not as good as Jonathan Kuminga, but he's a good player. So shout out to them. Golden State, they're heading into the offseason. They're officially in Cancun. They'll be joining my Lakers and my Rockets. You made it one round further. Congratulations. But no championship for you. No championship for you. In fact, I'm going to be willing to just say this because I think they need to hear it. That shit's over in Golden State. Yes, Curry's not winning another ring. Not in Golden State. That shit's dead. Now, me and my franchises, the Rockets and the Lakers, we're suited for the future. The Rockets have a great young core. We have Amen Thompson, Sengun, and Jabari, and some picks, everything. The Lakers, we got Luka. Y'all's new addition is a 35-year-old broken ass, literally Jimmy Butler, who can't score. So congrats to you. Y'all, it's time to turn the page and go to state. It's time to turn the page. It's time. It's over. It's over. I need y'all to understand me when I'm saying this. I'm not saying this trying to be mean. I'm trying to get it through your thick ass heads and go to state. That shit is over. You're not winning anything else with that core. Nothing. Unless y'all make some blockbuster move or something like that. If it's Jimmy, Steph, Draymond, you're not winning anything. It's over. Meanwhile, in LA, Luka on the treadmill right now. Braun and Wakanda re-upping on vibranium, and we finna see what we talking about. We trading Austin Reeves, bum ass. We re-upping. We getting ready. I don't know what y'all finna be doing. I don't know what Golden State finna be doing. As Cat Williams said, I think y'all in a rock between a rock and a hard place. I don't really know what y'all doing. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter. Make sure you join my playback room. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. All the links will be in the description below. Make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, share, like, and I will be back soon. Again, Golden State, it's over. Shout out to Ant. Back-to-back Western Conference Finals appearances at 23. Very impressive, young man. Very impressive. But until next time, it's been real.